So I want to talk about why you weren't happy because this world, whenever I go out into the day to day reality, I see people that they're just so unhappy. To me, I'm just genuinely happy. I'm fulfilled. And I don't know, life is a game to me. It's fun. I'm back in the game. So whenever I was at my brokest, even whenever I was at my brokest point, I still found happiness. I still found fulfillment because I was focused on my purpose. I was focused on becoming better, learning how to speak properly. I used to mumble. I used to be that person whenever I would talk, I would say something to you, and it's like they would hear me, but they didn't know what I said. And that annoyed me. And a lot of you have things in your day to day life that you're insecure about, that you don't like, that you want to improve. And that in and of itself, that purpose that you get from going after and attacking that and getting better and stronger and faster and richer should be all that you need to feel happy, to feel fulfilled. But also, people don't understand what happiness is. They think happiness is that really, ha ha ha, giddy. I'm never like that. I'm literally never like that. But I would say on a day to day basis, I'm just like this. That's how my energy is. My emotions are like that because I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm getting better by the day. And I can look at my track record of success. I used to be, my entire goal was to be able to make enough money to where I didn't need to worry about a job. And then I did it. And then my next goal became enough money to be able to travel the world. And then I did it. And then my next goal is to make $10,000 a month. And then I did it. And then the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. Life is going to be a constant evolution, a constant progression on your part. You're never going to reach a point where you feel, I made it. I don't need to do anything else. I made it. You're never going to reach that point. And if you do reach that point, it's because you're giving up. You're never going to reach a point where you feel like the work is over. The work is always there to do. Like even to this day, and I've done this for years, I'm the first one up, I'm the last one to go to bed. Because I'm so excited about what I've got to do the next day that I have to literally make myself go to sleep. And then I wake up and I get started on the day immediately. I immediately sit down and I get to work. So the number one reason why you feel unhappy is you lack purpose. Now, purpose is a very easy thing for you to figure out. A lot of you think that purpose is something that you're just one day going to wake up and you totally understand your purpose on this world and you're never going to question yourself again. And that's a psyop. It's a psyop to keep you purposeless. Purpose is getting better. Purpose is progressing. So there's not some purpose that's just your destiny to achieve. That is a psyop. Instead, what's true is that each and every one of you, you have unique gifts. You have something that you bring to the table. For me, it's my ability to write. It's my ability to be able to speak, to be able to influence people with the written word and spoken word, and to inspire people, and to understand things, to be able to break it down into a very simple to understand, like formula, essentially. Those are some of my gifts, and I lean into those every single day. And you have individual gifts that you've had ever since you can remember. Maybe you haven't unlocked them yet, but they're there. That's what motivates you every single day. So if you're unhappy, it's because you don't have purpose. And you don't need to think of it as some spiritual self-help type of garbage. It's your purpose is to get better every single day. So that's number one. Number two is you mindlessly consume content to pass the time. You mindlessly go through your phone because instead of you sitting down and getting to work and being revealed to you that you need to be more skilled and that you need to be more intelligent, and that you need to take more action, instead, it's easy for you to get on X, get on Instagram, get on TikTok, and just mindlessly consume. And the more you mindlessly consume, one, it overstimulates your brain. So you can't find happiness. You can't find fulfillment. It also zaps your energy. So I would invite all of you to start creating more than you consume. Start creating more than you consume. Don't distract yourself by just mindlessly consuming content. Don't distract yourself through just mindlessly doing garbage. Who is this person? Hide. Cool. Any stupid questions are going to get banned forever. Missing Dylan's motivational talks. Awesome. So, yeah, as I was saying, focus on creating more than you consume. And you start out in the beginning. It could be you creating content for X, it could be you creating content for Instagram. But just focus on creating more than you mindlessly consume and stop distracting yourself from doing the work. The work is the purpose. The work is what gets you paid. The work is what makes your life better. And I was on a show earlier today. We were doing a live stream. And essentially what I said is that business is the greatest form of self-improvement. Because as you're going out there and you're building a business, there's no reality other than you getting better, getting more skilled, getting faster, taking more action, changing your life. You cannot achieve financial success in business without becoming a better person. So instead of you sitting around reading all these self-help books, and we'll get to that in a minute, instead of you doing that, you need to focus on building yourself, building a business. So that's what you need to do. Business is the greatest form of self-improvement, hands down. Which leads us to, you follow the law of attraction instead of following the will of God. The law of attraction, if you look deeply into it, the law of attraction and a lot of the quote unquote self-help stuff that has been pushed to the masses, if you look deeply into it, it's satanic. They want you to believe that you are the main creator of your reality. They want to have you sitting around doing vision boards, chanting affirmations like the pagans, doing all that stuff. And while there's nothing wrong with affirmations from a sense of psyoping yourself into being a success and controlling your mind, you sitting around trying to law of attract your way into the life that you want, it's of the devil. It really is. So you need to focus on finding the will of God. Now, how do you find the will of God? Well, you find it by praying to God, by talking to God. Father, show me the way. Show me how and what I need to be doing to become my best self. Pray for strength. Pray for foresight. I've said this many times. 98% of the success that I've achieved in life is because of my faith in God, because it's kept me principled. It's kept me focused. And God's helped me so many times, so many times. I've even been offered deals to become a clown, essentially. I'm talking about big time deals where I could partner with some of the streamers that you guys have seen, do streams with them, and essentially do all the antics that you see a lot of streamers do. But I decided to keep my soul, because to me, that's a form of selling your soul. You're going to get money, and then you're basically, okay, you have to stream with this person, you have to do this, you have to push these ideas. And I'm not going to do that. I would rather it take me longer to achieve my goals and keep my soul. Because I've seen time and time again, I've became everything I wanted to be and more while keeping my soul. So going back to the law of attraction stuff, instead of you sitting here wanting to law of attract yourself into the reality that you want, you need to pray about it and then work. Because you can't do anything in this world unless you go out there and earn it. So you need to be mindful of what you speak, mindful of what you think, and stop getting down these rabbit holes of you being the creator of your life. I get it. It sounds awesome. It sounds invigorating. But you being the main creator sounds a lot like what happened in the book of Genesis, like the Garden of Eden. You're going to become like God. That's essentially what a lot of the law of attraction people have psyoped a lot of people into thinking, that they are their own God. And that's just simply not true. You can take the most powerful people in this world, and they're still human. No matter how good you become, you are still human. So I would put more attention into you praying to God and giving him the glory for what you're achieving, because I can promise you, I'm living proof of this. The more glory you give to God, the better your life's going to get, the more happier you will be, the more fulfilled that you will be. Instead of you sitting here and trying to law of attract yourself and driving yourself crazy. Maybe I just don't understand the secrets yet. Maybe I'm not saying the right affirmations. Instead of you doing that and then driving yourself crazy, you need to give glory to God and work your butt off. Become stronger, become faster, become richer. So yeah, guys, and let me know, guys, if you want to have more topics about God, about the law of attraction, about all that, because this is one of those opinions that I just never really talk about. I usually just talk about, like, example, mindset, making money, and all that type of stuff. But if you guys want to know more about this stuff, let me know. And the next thing that keeps you unhappy is setting false expectations of yourself. A lot of you will get started and you set this expectation on yourself that somehow within 30 days, you're going to become a millionaire, or within 30 days, you're going to be making $10,000 a month. And that's a false expectation. You're setting yourself up to fail before you even get started. Because even whenever I got started, I wanted to get rich like this. And so what would happen is I would start making progress. I would make $200. I would make $1,000. But then I would be like, man, I'm never going to get rich at this rate. So I would stop that and I would go do something else until it hit me. Every rich person gets started wherever they are. And you need to build it up. If you want to make $10,000 a month, first you need to make your first $100, and then $200, then $500, and then $1,000, and then $15, and then $2,000, then $2,500, then $3,000. And if you focus on setting the correct expectations, guess what's going to happen? You're going to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. It's guaranteed. That's how you should be working. It's not by setting these false expectations because it makes you feel motivated because you saw some guy driving a Lambo on Instagram. It needs to be set on becoming better and better and better. So set the correct expectations. And then the next one is you don't 100% commit. You always, everything you do, you never 100% commit. You kind of put your foot in, but you have the other one out. Everything you do it that way. But then if you look at your life, the things that you've achieved, it's because you went 100% in. So if you want to become rich, if you want to become successful, if you want to have the life that you dream of, maybe you see the life that I have and you want to live like me, you're only going to achieve that through being 100% committed. 100% commitment is what's required. That's what you got to do. You need to be 100% committed to everything you do. Be intentional. Stop sitting around half committing to everything that you do because it's going to keep you poor. It's going to keep you lazy. It's going to keep you unmotivated. You need to be 100% committed to what it is that you are doing, and that's that. Next, you overthink. You overthink everything, bro. Like literally, even what should you eat? You overthink that. And then you wonder why you're not achieving the life that you want. Like imagine you want to get rich. You want to live the life that you want, but you overthink everything. You overthink what food you're going to eat. You overthink what you're going to dress. You overthink the best way to approach XYZ person. You need to think less and do more. You need to be intentional. You need to do things that directly benefit you. And instead of you sitting around overthinking and trying to analyze things that you have no experience doing, why don't instead you sit down and take action? You take action, you get results, you replan, you take more action. That's what I meant whenever I said work, replan, work. So stop overthinking everything, bro. I want every single one of you to make a commitment to me right now that instead of you sitting down and overthinking everything you do, I want you to think about it and 2 minutes later be taking action. So no more overthinking. It's leading you to being unhappy. It's leading you to be less powerful. You're using your own mind against yourself. Use your mind as your greatest ally, your greatest friend, because that's what it's there for. Your mind is there to help you navigate this world. And if you train your mind to be your friend, to be your ally, to give you good ideas, you are going to achieve such an amazing life, bro, especially if you keep God first. If you keep God first, you focus on controlling your mind, you focus on waking up every day, you focus on doing the work, your life is going to be fantastic. And then finally, you label yourself. You label yourself introverted, you label yourself extroverted, you label yourself unlucky, lucky, all these different things. And you need to stop with those labels because whenever you label something, that gives power to it. That is now your mental construct on what that thing is. And the mind is very powerful. The Bible even talks about the power of the mind, the power of the tongue. So you need to stop labeling things. As an example, let's say that you want to reach out to a client. You reach out to the client and they reject you or they ignore you. Most people have that happen and then they think to themselves, yeah, I'm bad at outreach. No, bro, it's because you've only sent one DM or you've only just got started. So you need to stop labeling things and you need to be a realist. I'm a realist because I sit down and I think about what it is that I want to accomplish and then I go out and do it. And if I don't get it the first time, I ask myself, why didn't I get it? And then from there, I take action again and get, surprise, surprise, I get it. So you need to stop labeling yourself and stop limiting yourself and instead just be you. Be the best version of yourself. You yourself at your core, you're awesome. You should love yourself. But everything else, any weaknesses you have, any strengths that you have, you need to work on yourself. You need to become better. So understand that it's not about hating yourself. It's not about having low self-esteem or low self-worth, or I need to suffer or anything like that. It's about at your core, you're good, but you need to be better. Because the better you become, the better of a life your family's going to have, the better life you're going to have, the better life the world is going to be. And so, yeah, that's my final point, bro. So I'm going to open up the floor for any questions. Any questions you have, start dropping them now.